And the guys who are actually outside of Boko Haram who have escaped from the prison have been declared wanted. We'll bring you an update as soon as they're able to be received here. In another news, the former Chief Judge of the FCT High Court, Ishaq Bello, is called for the provision of special juvenile courts to address juvenile matters. He made this call at the inauguration of the Technical Committee on the Review of the BORSTAL Institution and Remand Centers by the Attorney General of the Federation in Abuja. A judiciary correspondent, Celestina Area, reports.
Every day, millions of children in Africa and around the world have their rights violated. They are denied access to education, health care, and social benefits, unduly separated from their families, affected by exploitation, abuse and violence in their homes and communities. Unfortunately, Nigeria has a number of children who come in contact with the law as offenders. A growing feature of crime and criminal activities globally is the involvement of juveniles in criminal and deviant activities such as theft, burglary, alcoholism, drug abuse, and violence. However, for sustainable reformation of the Nigerian juvenile justice system, it has now become imperative to review the Nigerian BORSTAL institution legal framework and bring it up to conformity with the Child Rights Act 2003, the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015, and the Correctional Service Act 2019. It is for this reason that the Federal Ministry of Justice has inaugurated a technical committee on the review of the BORSTAL Institution and Remand Centers Act 2004. Terms of reference of this technical committee is to encourage a regime that promotes effective rehabilitation and reintegration of students. An institution through which juveniles will be given progressive trust, demand personal decisions, responsibility, and self-control.
As a result of the realization of the need to enhance protection measures for young persons in contact with the law, reduce recidivism, and enhance social integration.
Provisions for juvenile courts in all states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital, is very, very imperative because the young ones are not meant to be arraigned before the adult courts.
And we have identified the gaps. And we can only promise that this committee will try as much as possible to address these gaps.
There are currently only 3 BORSTAL institutions in Nigeria. The Nigerian Correctional Service Act 2019 has provided for the establishment of BORSTAL in each state of the country. The Act has also prohibited custodial centers for admitting children under the age of 18. Celestina Area, TVC News, Abuja.
The federal government is set to amend the act establishing the Council of Nigerian Mining Engineers and Geoscientists. The essence is to bring the institution at par with global best practices. TVC News correspondent Jokiadisa reports.
COMEG was established by military decree in 1990 to regulate all professionals and firms in geosciences, mining engineering, and metallurgy in the country. More than 30 years after, the law has not been reviewed. A proposed bill is being formally presented to amend the over 30-year-old law governing the operations of COMEG. This is the last of interactive meetings among stakeholders to harmonize all thoughts on the proposed law. The drafters are optimistic it will be a viable law once signed.
It was emphasized that we don't amend so much so that the act will not be repealed entirely and then the process will be dragged.
To the stakeholders, open your minds as we sail through the act, and at the end of the day, we will have all done justice, not only to this profession, but to our country and to humanity.
The council says the goal is to have an enduring law that will stand the test of time.
There is no way you can become a mining destination when the regulator is not empowered to do his job. Then you are going to have a lot of illegality in the system. And that will drive us back. Ghana is ahead of us in terms of this. South Africa is ahead of us. We are the big nation in Africa, and we must be able to do it right, and we must get it right.
The minister insists an improved COMEG law will contribute to making Nigeria a mining destination.
In the 32 years, a lot will have happened that will need adjustments. Hence, this act has looked at the present realities and has made some adjustments.
High point of the event was the formal launch of the COMEG scale of professional fees.
It becomes unethical for us to supplant our colleagues with pricing. In architecture, if you do that, you can lose your license.
The outcome of the interactive meeting on the reviewed COMEG Act will be presented to the Federal Executive Council. The bill will thereafter be sent to the National Assembly for its consideration and passage. Joke Hadza, TVC News, Abuja.